Good afternoon, it's meteorologist Michael Fecka. Welcome back to the afternoon weather update. We do this every day here during the workdays and on weekends. We stream it out to all of our streaming platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. So if you're joining from either place, please feel free to leave us a question or a comment. Hopefully I'll be able to go through them as I go through the forecast, but if not, I'll answer anything at the very end for you. But let's get started here with a look at our headlines and what we're tracking. First of all, a gorgeous Sunday in store, mostly sunny to partly cloudy, but we'll notice an increase in that cloud cover overnight tonight, and temperatures will remain on the milder side with winds continuing to come up from the south. So not as chilly as it was last night, and then we continue to warm up through the first part of the work week and really through much of next week. We'll stay on the warmer side and will be mostly dry, at least for Monday and Tuesday. Then once we get into Wednesday and through next weekend, unsettled weather pattern takes shape with nearly daily chances for showers and storms, it looks like, through the end of next week. So we'll be keeping a close eye on any threats headed our way. But looking out there today, we have high pressure in place. That's why it's so dry out there, and the winds are coming up from the south, so we've warmed up nicely into the upper 60s to lower 70s, 70 degrees in Evansville, Owensboro, and Henderson. 72 is the warm spot there in Madisonville, and 67 out towards Huntingburg. And over the next 12 hours, you'll notice a gradual increase in that cloud cover, especially headed into the first half of the night, and then it looks like clouds will start to break apart again once we head into our Monday. So mostly cloudy overnight, temps mild into the mid to upper 50s, and then looking ahead to tomorrow, Monday, warming up even more, topping out in the upper 70s across the tri-state, partly cloudy, warm and breezy, gusting up to 25 miles per hour possible, maybe even a little bit more than that, but it looks like the strongest gust will, of course, be through the afternoon. So keep that in mind. You could definitely still have some decorations blowing around if they're not too secure in the ground. But looking at the next 7 days, temperatures remain above average here. A little bit of a change, at least compared to yesterday. We're talking about several different frontal boundaries kind of passing near or over the tri-state here through the next 7 days. Yesterday, it looked like we'd have several cold fronts move through here that would help take our temperatures back down to around average, but it looks like those cold fronts don't really necessarily make it all the way through the tri-state with some of the latest model runs, so temperatures remain on the milder side, but by far the warmest day will be Tuesday there, topping out at in the lower 80s, and then will remain in the low to mid 70s through much of next week. But you'll notice with each passing day, a different frontal boundary will slide through or pass near the tri-state, whether it's a warm front or a cold front. So that will continue to bring us almost daily chances for showers and storms Wednesday, and unfortunately, it looks like into Easter Sunday. I'll break down those probabilities for rain for next weekend in just a moment. But here's a look at our precipitation chances. Outside of maybe a stray shower Monday or Tuesday, I really think most of us will remain dry. Really, the best chances for rain there exist Wednesday and into next weekend, with multiple frontal boundaries passing near or through the tri-state. So it gets a little bit complicated here on the models. But here's a look starting it out on Monday afternoon. Most of the stray shower activity should stay off to our east, and then headed into Tuesday, again, possibly another pop-up shower there Tuesday afternoon. Now, if you remember, our best chances for scattered showers and rain, at least as of yesterday, was along this cold front moving in overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, but it doesn't look like this front is actually going to make it through the tri-state. It kind of stalls just off to our northwest before kind of gradually sliding southward and then lifting back to the north as a warm front throughout the day on Wednesday. So we'll see some scattered showers, perhaps a few thunderstorms there through Wednesday, and then that warm front lifts back to our north as we go through the day on Thursday, and that will also keep showers and storms mainly off to our west and to our north through Thursday afternoon, but another front moves in here Thursday night and into early Friday morning, so that'll increase our chances for showers and storms again, mainly overnight Thursday, and before that lifts back off to the north throughout the day on Friday. So showers and storms still possible there throughout the day on Friday, and then another system moves in here for Saturday. So as we get into Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening, this model wants to kick that cold front in here a little bit later in the day on Saturday and then clear us out possibly by the time we get into Sunday. So here's a look at another model run there of the same cold front. So the GFS model wants to put this in a little bit earlier in the day on Saturday, perhaps late morning, early afternoon, and then it clears us out overnight Saturday into the early morning hours. So much of the day on Sunday will be dry, but it may still be cloudy, whereas the European model has those showers continuing there a little bit into the day on Sunday. So still 50-50 shot of whether or not we're going to be hunting eggs in the mud, but it certainly will be rainy through the entirety of the week before Easter Sunday. So the ground will be very soggy and will accumulate a good amount of rainfall. We looks like we could pick up maybe anywhere between 2 to up to 3.5 inches of rain over the next 7 days, with all of those showers and storms moving through. But by far, the heaviest rains will be falling off to our west and to our north, especially across portions of southwestern Missouri and into central Missouri there. That's where they could pick up upwards of 5 inches of rain. A lot of those frontal boundaries kind of stay just parked to our west and to our north. So we're kind of on the fringes of each passing frontal boundary, which is why our rain chances are a bit 50-50 each and every day, but we are expecting at least some shower or thunderstorm activity every day Wednesday through the next weekend of next week. But it won't be raining every second of every day, so that is good news. Now, with all the rain we're having moving in here, we are going to be looking at some isolated areas of flooding developing by the time we get into the middle of next week. So we just have those marginal level 1 risks for some isolated flooding there Wednesday, more so as we get into Thursday. And in terms of any severe weather threats, at least for the next 3 days, we're not really outlooked here in the tri-state. A lot of that severe weather stays off to our north or off to our north and west. Here's the latest out of Tuesday. That's where we're expecting some severe storms across portions of Michigan and maybe even in northern Indiana. But here in the tri-state, just expecting some showers or a few general thunderstorms possible through southern Illinois. But there is a look at the next 7 days. So warm, mostly dry and very breezy there. Monday and Tuesday, we could see gusts upwards of 25 miles per hour tomorrow, and then gusts up to 30 or even more as we head into Tuesday. And then those frontal boundaries stay parked off just to our west or eventually drift over the tri-state beginning Wednesday, continuing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hopefully we clear out by the time we get into Sunday, but as of right now, some of the models are still keeping some of that rain lingering into the first part of Easter Sunday. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see on the speed and timing of some of those fronts. But I definitely recommend you get out and enjoy this afternoon and at least Monday and Tuesday if you can, because it'll be dry and warm before all the clouds and those showers begin to push through. But let me take a look at some of the comments here. Not seeing too many, just a couple of people watching. We've got Christina watching from Muhlenberg County. Thank you for joining us. Sabrina, she's also watching from Muhlenberg County. Denise says, it was a beautiful day. It sure was, and you still got plenty more time to get out and enjoy it. Jeanette says, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well, and good afternoon to you, Cheyenne. Carol says, it's too beautiful now for us to have rain for 5 days. I know, it's kind of sucky. We've got unsettled weather pattern, but it won't be raining every second of every day next week. It's one of those instances where you may have passing showers and storms in the morning, and then you dry out through the afternoon, and then you have another round moving in later that night and into the overnight hours, and then you dry out again, maybe in the mid-morning, and then it comes back in later on in the afternoon. It's just going to be very up and down through the next several days, at least beyond Wednesday. So that's why we're recommending you get out and enjoy it this afternoon and Monday and Tuesday, because it will be quite soggy and a bit dreary there through the end of the work week, but at least it's going to stay on the warmer side. So if you've not been a fan of the cooler temperatures, you at least will have 70s to deal with. It won't be 50 degrees and raining. That could always be worse. But that is all I've got here for the afternoon weather stream. So I am going to hop off the live, and I'll send you guys over to 14 News at 5 for all the latest news and weather headlines. Until then, everybody, stay safe and have a great rest of your weekend.